Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another answers type video, Q&A number 38, yes. And also going to be giving my thoughts on a brand new video from AMC for Fear the Walking Dead. This one is called A Look at the Series. Okay, cool. So it is a pretty decent little promo video. Of course, excited. We're almost up to almost 2 weeks from now. We'll see the premiere of Fear the Walking Dead, 6 episodes, but it's like 6.5 because of the 90-minute premiere episode. So very excited. The thing looks like a movie. It looks great. Doesn't look anything like the usual Walking Dead. So I'm excited to see a really different take on the world, a different environment, and everything just being so different from what we're used to in Georgia and that. And we have Gail and Heard. She actually talks about in this one how different it is because we're so used to the forests of Georgia, and now we're getting to see East LA. So very specifically, they talk about how it has 14 million people, so it's the most heavily populated city in the United States. I didn't know that, being a Canadian myself and not studying, much to do with U.S. cities and that. But that's pretty cool to know. It's the most dense, heavily populated city in and of itself in the U.S. Pretty cool. 14 million people. So that's 14 million zombies at some point. Round up. Maybe 13 million zombies. Let's go 13 million 9. Okay, so it's going to get pretty hairy there. So we've got East LA, cool, grungy, dirty, not your rich area. You're run-of-the-mill. Everyday regular people, school teacher, guidance counselor, a school guidance counselor, kind of like a teacher too, to be honest. Guidance counselors in high schools they're just like teachers, to be honest. They're pretty close to the same thing. So we see them, we see the families come together. You've got Cliff Curtis, you got Kim Dickens, and I like how she describes her character badass. Somebody said in the comments that's so being overused nowadays. It's like being, it's just watered down. And I might have to agree with you. Even I use the term too much, but she's a badass. If you've seen Gone Girl, you got to see her performance in that. If you haven't, watch Gone Girl. I mean, it's an amazing movie. David Fincher's movies are some of the best there are. And Gone Girl, my girlfriend watched it like 10 times. She just loved it. So let's watch it over and over and over and over. I could watch it. It's like me with The Walking Dead, right? I mean, I did watch Gone Girl a few times. It's a great movie, and she's great in it. So to get to see her as the lead in this show is going to be awesome. And I have a feeling, I just got a feeling that Cliff Curtis's character, Travis, I get the feeling he's like this high school teacher, history teacher, like pencil pusher type of guy, not prepared for the zombie apocalypse. So I'm interested to see if they're going to do a Breaking Bad style, with Walt, and turn him into like the geekiest school teacher you can imagine into a total badass, or if they're just going to kill him off. I tend to think within a few seasons he may be killed off. So I don't know. It's an early kind of death predictions. I could do early death predictions if you guys are interested. It probably won't be very accurate because we don't even know hardly anything about the characters at this point. But right off the bat, I got a feeling Cliff Curtis's character in the long run is not going to make it. And I also got a feeling that Alicia Debnam Carey, her character's boyfriend, is definitely zombie guts for sure. He's dead for sure, I'd say. I don't know why. Just got to feel it. So there it is. So that was fun. I like Dave Erickson. I really like his input. He's, of course, the showrunner for this one, and I can see why they picked him, man. He is good, dude. He is really, really good. He knows his stuff. It's not like he's been put in the role and he doesn't know his zombie apocalypse. This guy knows his ZA stuff, man. He's talking about how it's going to be interesting for us as viewers to see the characters in the zombie apocalypse world that haven't gone through Zombie 101. So they haven't got that idea that we do as viewers, and we can be like, as viewers, we know what's going to happen. And they don't. They have no idea what's going to happen. So as the zombies start attacking them and stuff, they, to them, this is like this foreign concept, like they've never heard of this kind of concept before. Maybe they've seen zombie movies, but they don't know what a zombie, or not zombie movies, but horror movies. They don't necessarily know what a zombie is. Maybe they think they're demons or ghouls or something like this. And to them it's some kind of magic crazy shit that they're just not going to be prepared to deal with. They're not going to be like, what do we do? They're just going to probably run to start with. They talk about the anxiety and the fear that the characters are going to have, which looks really fun. And apocalyptic education. I love that. I love that term, apocalyptic education for the characters, Zombie 101. So I like him, man. He's good, and you can obviously tell that he really knows his stuff. So I'm excited to see what he's got for us, because obviously they chose some good people for this. Some really, really good people for this show. So, okay, so we've got the fresh turn ones, Greg and Cotero in there, talking very briefly about how the zombies in this one are not decayed like in, the regular Walking Dead. They are like, fresh turn Milton zombies. And if anything we saw from Milton was that, those zombies are difficult to mess with. They're tougher than your 5-year, 4-year zombies, where the characters can be half passed out from heat exhaustion, no food, and no water, and still kill a bunch of them. But fresh turn zombies are not slow, lumbering zombies like that necessarily. They're slower than regular people if we're sprinting or something, but they have all their muscle tissue, they have all their muscle mass, and they're going to be able to move better than decayed zombies that are mainly skeletons, that have no strength left, have gone through zombie osteoporosis zombies. I don't know, just zombies that are decayed to the point where their tissue is just gone. So they don't have that pull, they don't have that strength. And maybe their best bet is actually to either gang up on you in a group, you watch your ass, a whole bunch of them riled up, or maybe a little ninja teenage zombie that got Tyrese, sneaking up on you, without you realizing it, because in the regular Walking Dead, there's not much left to a lot of the zombies, and in this one, it's going to be fun to see full-on strong zombies. So even a couple of them could be difficult to take down. Because they're so freshly turned, they're almost like humans, fighting against you pretty much, but with the reckless abandon and not any kind of worry for pain and anything like that. They can take a shot and they keep coming. They can take something else and keep coming. So good stuff, man. I really like this one. I like this look at the series, and very impressed so far by Dave Erickson. Really excited to see it. So let's get into a few of your guys' Q&A questions. Got some good ones. We'll just go through a few because, I like to keep the videos at around 10 to 15 minutes, I feel is a good amount. Could I do 3-minute videos? Sure. Could I do 30-minute videos? Yeah. But I think about 10 minutes is probably a good length. Otherwise, too short or too long. At least in my opinion, from what I like to see. But that's just me. So first one is from Music Game. Game with a 3 on the end, not an E. And he says, or she says, "Hey, Trev, do you think there is going to be a comic book version of Fear the Walking Dead? I know that the artist can't draw the comic book that fast, but that Kirkman can write it easily. Maybe Kirkman writes it and some other artist draws that story. I like the comic book style of the original Walking Dead, but I think it would be good for a possible spin-off comic book series to be in a bit of different style to keep it interesting, fresh, and original." So great comment from me. I want to put this one at the top because I just really like that one a lot. It's something that we've talked about here and there in the past on the channel, and that is, why don't they make more comic book content for The Walking Dead? If you look at Marvel, if you look at DC, they don't just have Wolverine in one book. He's in like 10 different books a month. It's crazy. Spider-Man's got like 10 different, titles. It's like, you've got Wolverine by himself and Wolverine. You've got him in X-Men. You've got him in the Avengers. Like, they really make a lot of different titles and stories for each of the main characters. Batman will have like the original, and then, each month that's released. He might be in Justice League. It might be another Batman book. There might be other stuff. So the point of what we're saying here is why don't they capitalize on the Walking Dead license and give us another comic book? Maybe not one written by Kirkman, but Kirkman can kind of find somebody who's a great writer. Maybe some, like the guy who wrote the novels, The Walking Dead, or one of them. I think, is it one guy who wrote all the Governor novels? I forget, or if it's different guys. But just get one of the people he's worked with, get an idea for another Walking Dead comic book, and release it. It could be a Governor origin. It could be a Fear the Walking Dead. It could be, but its own little slant or twist on it. It could be, I don't know, maybe Negan's time before they met him. I would just like to see more comic book stuff for Walking Dead. Another series, another spin-off, something like that. I think it makes sense, for it, and I think they should definitely do it. Fear the Walking Dead is a good opportunity. Get a different team on that. get them together, get them working on it, could be good. So those are my thoughts on that. So great question from Music Game. Thanks, man. It's a good one. All right, next one's going to be from Julie Cruz, and she says, Trevor, anyone, what year in the Walking Dead universe did the outbreak start? Is it 2012? Is it earlier? Is it later? Not the year that season 1 came out, but the actual Walking Dead world. So I also want to include this one because this is another great question. And I think maybe what she's getting at here is if you look at some of the Fear the Walking Dead videos, even though it's supposed to be a prequel, that would be like 5 or 6 years ago in terms of TV show time. Okay, TV series time, maybe a couple years ago in terms of Walking Dead zombie time. But when the initial premiered, it was supposed to... See, this is a loaded question. This is really tough. But I think what she's getting from this is like they're watching the videos in Fear the Walking Dead on like their phones or on like... tablets, stuff like that. And they shouldn't have those. You know, they shouldn't have that technology to be able to watch it. They shouldn't even really have a tablet because tablets like iPads and stuff like that, not to say they weren't around 5 or 6 years ago, but they were pretty few and far between. You know, you wouldn't see many people that would have stuff like that about 6 or 7 years ago. You know, granted, though, if something like that was real and that was actually happening, it would spread like wildfire. Anybody who had one would want to tune in and show someone else. It'd be like September 11th. People would just be like trying to get TV sets and hold the phone, and teachers would be like setting up TVs in their classrooms rather than teaching their regular lesson and just watching the news to be like, what the hell is happening? This is more important than whatever the hell we were going to talk about today. You know, so I get where Julie's coming from this one because it does feel a little weird that it seems like it's too updated for what it should be, you know, and people have pointed to this before too with certain vehicles they have that are released after when the show started before, you know, like newer models than should be in the show. So, you know, I mean, this one I can't really answer for you off the top of my head, Julie. I'd have to look it up myself. I'm not sure when the Walking Dead universe is officially supposed to kick off. But if you think about the comic book series, it was over 10 years ago now. You know, they did their 10-year anniversary. So you're talking like way back for when it would started. But if you can pick an actual year in Walking Dead time, when would it be? Good luck, man. I'm sorry I can't answer that one for you. But I'll turn it over to you guys. Write your comments below. Do your research because I'm filming. You know, I record this live. I got to upload it after to get it done for you guys for today, so tomorrow can do another one or something, right? So, but write your comments below on what year you would think that The Walking Dead makes sense to have started and why. Was it published somewhere in a wiki? Was it published in one of the letter hacks in The Walking Dead? Is there a reason why? Was there a date posted? I'd have to search. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. You guys go ahead and do it right in the comments below, you know, and let me know, and I'll read after too, and hear your argument on what year you think the actual Walking Dead zombie apocalypse takes place chronologically. Because right now, I can't really tell you, man. I can't really tell you. So great question, though. Let me know what you guys think. Write your comments. Really do. I want to see them too, because that's something that I haven't really thought about too. What year did it actually start? Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. Next one would be Walker5157. And let's do just this last one. He says, hey, Trev, do you think that it was possible that some of the Woodbury people that went to live at the prison got out when the governor attacked? And do you think it is possible that Rick's group could run into them, possibly even have some of them be in a group with the wolves? Question mark. Well, the thing is that a lot of the stuff that happened previous was in a different location than where they're at now. They've traveled a long way, so it doesn't make sense that characters from there would run into them here just accidentally, you know. It just doesn't seem feasible to me that they would run into them at all. So unless Rick and the group go seeking out characters such as the Atlanta, the hospital there where Beth, you know, what happened with Beth, unless Rick is like looking for a doctor or something and decides to make a trip there, I don't see us running into anybody. But it was kind of weird how like all the people in Woodbury systematically just got like all killed. You know, did any of them survive? I'm trying to think if there's like any characters from Woodbury that survived until now. Even one. Is there even one that came over? Tyrese, yeah, he survived a while. He was kind of with Woodbury, and then it was Karen. That's it, man. That's Woodbury is one place where we don't have a single survivor still in the show that I can think of, again, off the top of my head. You'd have to look back again. It's hard to say, just put on the spot, right, without me looking it up or anything. But I can't remember a single survivor that did. And it's kind of weird, though, too, because all those characters, they basically, at the end of Season 3, all the characters joined, and then in Season 4, they were all systematically killed off, and we went right back to the initial Rick's group again that was there from prior, only a few less survivors now. In terms of the initial. There was a couple added on, like Bob and stuff like that, and Tyrese and Sasha and that. But, would you count Sasha as a survivor from Woodbury? Kind of, I guess. Maybe she's like the only one. I don't know. Depends how you look at it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that. What year did the zombie apocalypse start? Let me know, guys. So let's hear what you guys got to say. Let's see if we can come to a consensus. And if you liked this video, come on, how many times did I say the damn thing? Thumb it up, goddammit. Share it, favorite it, and if you don't subscribe, if you want to subscribe, if you're new, you can go ahead and subscribe. Make my day. That's it for this one, guys. See you for the next one. As always, it's Trev saying peace. Make my day. That's just stupid. What the hell's wrong with me tonight? Jesus. Don't be a deadhead. Subscribe.